What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are going to talk more about the situation that my channel and other channels are dealing with and how the games journalists are ignoring it completely, because of course they are. Now, the first thing is, if you are new to the channel, thank you for being here. I appreciate that. And a few days ago, we were hit with a copyright strike. I keep thinking of, can we copy strike PewDiePie? We were hit with a copyright strike here on this channel because I was doing a live stream criticizing Naughty Dog and their abuse of the YouTube copyright system. And right before I was going to wrap up, suddenly I get hit with a copyright claim and a strike to my channel. Now, this also happened on my gaming channel, and we're going to talk about that as well. And obviously, it is a blatant abuse of the system, and Naughty Dog has stolen my content from me because there is nothing in that live stream that they can claim. It all falls under fair use. Now, as a sign of good faith, once I initially talked about this, I said, hey, our gaming channel was also hit, but our main channel was hit while I was live streaming. I take responsibility for both. The gaming channel had a small, still-framed image of one of the leaks in the video, so I understood. I was like, all right, I get it. But now we're at the process where I've had to file a counterclaim to get my property back because Sony and Naughty Dog decided they wanted to copyright strike my channel over my opinions. And now it's at the point where I'm tired of waiting. So let's go over to the main channel here. As you clearly see, we have an active copyright strike here on the channel, which is bullshit, and I have filed a counterclaim about this, and I am now waiting for the process to work itself out, which I shouldn't have to. In no situation should I have to wait for my own content to be given back to me because a company wants to abuse a system, but that's where we're at. So now, because I'm really aggravated, now over on our gaming channel, you see we have an active copyright strike as well. And again, I admit, we used a still image in that video, and you struck it. Well, I'm not going to let that go now because I'm pissed off because clearly you're not worried about people that are just doing things right and wrong. You're just striking people because you don't like what they're saying. You've done it with my main channel. You've done it with my gaming channel. I'm going to counter this one as well. You've done it to Ryan Kennel, someone that's on the Geeks and Gamers team. You've done it to his personal channel. He has 2 active copyright strikes on his channel right now. You've also done this to bigger channels like Heel versus Babyface, Mr. H Reviews. There's channels that are small, really small channels with 2,000 and 3,000 subscribers, some with 30,000. You're hitting people all over the place as long as they're critical. But there are other videos that are up that talked about the same things, but they weren't as critical, and they are still up, and they better stay up because they should never have been affected in the first place. But ours shouldn't have been affected either. But it's clear you are picking and choosing who to copyright strike based on their opinions, and that is bullshit. It is illegal, and we are going to win one way or the other. But I am going to claim this one as well because I'm fed up with it. Now, I want to give a shout out to several channels and websites that have covered this. I really do appreciate that. I'm not going to name everybody, but there's a couple of sites, Bleeding Fool and Bounding into Comics. I'm friendly with both of these sites, and they did a great job. Obviously, there's YouTubers out there that have covered this. There's a lot of YouTubers out there, and I'm not going to go through all the YouTubers or anything, but there's a lot of people out there, and I sincerely appreciate that. Some people I think that's covered it don't even really like me that much, and I think that's totally fine. This is a bigger issue than our subjective opinions on identity politics in Hollywood and all of the other nonsense going on. This is simply our right to give our opinions and how a major company is abusing that system. And if you're on YouTube, even if you're not on YouTube, you should be against this type of behavior. So thank you to all of the YouTubers out there that have covered this story. I greatly appreciate it. Whether you have a big channel like The Quartering who covered it, you know, or Scarce who covered it, or if you have smaller channels, it doesn't matter. Everybody who's getting that word out there, it means everything to me. So thank you so much for that. It doesn't matter if you have 10 subscribers. The fact that you're out there trying to get the word out and potentially putting your channel at risk by talking about it It means so much to me and everyone else caught up in this situation, so thank you so much. Now, the other thing I want to talk about here is the fact that a lot of games journalists, actually all games journalists, none of them want to talk about this story. I haven't seen any of the big sites like IGN, Kotaku, Polygon, any of these big blue checkmark sites, none of them want to talk about this. But the moment Sony released that bullshit story about how they found the leaker and he wasn't connected to Sony or Naughty Dog, every one of these sites ran with it. Every single one of them. Yet none of them want to talk about the blatant abuse on the copyright system by Naughty Dog and Sony. There's also big YouTube channels that will eat up every bit of gaming news that they can find. Yet they aren't talking about this. And it's bullshit. And trust me, I'm paying attention to everything. The fact that these YouTubers, these big channels with millions of subs, won't touch this story. It's because why? Because they want those review copies early. And not just The Last of Us Part 2. They want to stay in the good graces. They want to get the PS5, early dibs on the PS5. They want to get early dibs on all these games. They want to keep that access there. That's why, like Gary from Nerdrotic calls them access media. They want to keep that access. And the same with the big shill sites. They want to cover this up because they don't want to expose Naughty Dog for their illegal behavior. They don't want to expose Sony for their illegal behavior. Now, I get it. If you do have a YouTube channel that you're just like me, that you just have a YouTube channel that you just do your thing on, and you don't want to put this at risk, look, I get it, all right? If this isn't your fight, I get it. I do understand because you don't want to lose your channel. I do understand that. I really do. But it's pretty obvious when you're one of these big channels and you're not touching this story at all. It is your responsibility to cover this story if you have millions of subs and you have that type of reach to put, and you don't have to talk about my situation. Talk about Ryan Kennel, the fact that he's got 2 strikes against his channel. Highlight that. Highlight some of the smaller channels that are getting hit. You don't have to talk about me. You don't have to mention me. Mention the situation and what is going on, because it will get to you at some point. It will get to you. If they are taking people's videos down and striking their channels over opinions, then at some point it's gonna come for you as well. This situation always comes for you. It will always be your time. And that is why I absolutely positively refuse to bend the knee at all. I am not backing down. And if my channel gets taken down because I continue to talk about this, then so be it. It was gonna get taken down at some point anyway, so I might as well go down fighting. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am not going to allow scare tactics from the far left and their nonsense to intimidate me from giving my opinions and exposing people and exposing companies for illegal activity by stealing my content and other people's content because you don't like the opinions being shared. It is bullshit. There is a channel I do want to mention. Hogue Law, I think is the name of it. I'm going to leave a link to this channel in the description, but Hogue Law did a great breakdown of everything over in their channel. I watched the video, spoke with them in private. Really good, information from a legal perspective on what is going on here. So I wanted to give that channel a shout out. Again, there's so many people that I want to mention right now that's talked about this, but there's just way too many. I'm going to forget people if I start going down the list of names. But I do thank you all so very much for this, and we're going to continue to fight through this, and we'll figure it out. But like I said, I'm having a blast. This is what I do. People say, oh, Jeremy can't grow without this. I can't grow without exposing Hollywood, apparently, and that's totally fine. Hollywood and the mainstream media and all of these stupid companies, absolutely. I did it with Star Wars, did it with Brie Larson, did it with Game of Thrones, now I'm doing it with Naughty Dog. If these people want to be stupid, I will take advantage of it every single time. If Naughty Dog chose to not do anything after the leaks came out, and just put out that press release that they did on Twitter and just moved on, this situation would be over. It would be done. Nobody would be talking about it in the perspective and to the scale we're talking about it. It just would have been another thing. Another news story would have came up and taken over. But no, you had to make the situation worse by striking channels down for giving their opinions. You cannot beat the internet. You will never beat the internet. The internet is undefeated. You might take somebody like me down. You may take somebody else down. But you're never going to take down the internet. And these stupid people at these stupid companies don't understand that. But you've got Neil Cuckman there. He's still virtue signaling right now. Still virtue signaling over on Instagram. Still posting about how it's LGBTQ representation and how virtuous he is and how I am not going to take this. You are full of shit, Neil Cuckman. You are full of shit. That video that Ryan Kennel showed us where you're taking Anita Sarkeesian's advice and talking about how you almost made a misogynistic game. Oh, the lisp in your voice was disgusting. Unbelievable. But that is where we are. So again, thank you all for the support. We're going to continue to fight, and if we go down, then we're going down fighting, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Also, if you want to, check us out over on Subscribestar. That's like a Patreon alternative, and I deleted our Patreon like a year and a half ago, making really good money, but with the stuff going on with how they were treating free speech over there, I didn't want anything to do with Patreon anymore, so I deleted that. I finally started to talk about our Subscribestar. I haven't talked about it in a year since we've made it, I guess, but people want to know how they can support us, so please, if you want to support us, consider going over to Subscribestar and supporting us over there. I would greatly appreciate it, and my team would as well, and you will see benefits of that down the road with the website and everything like that. Other than that, you guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Solo lost money, Raylos are weird, fuck Naughty Dog, and we will talk to you later.